HCAM News is supported by our viewers and by Webster First Federal Credit Union, providing financial products with attentive customer service to the local families and businesses of Hopkinton. Visit us at websterfirst.com.
And by Golden Pond Assisted Living, honoring resident choice, dignity, and independence. Our health and wellness focus keeps residents active. Golden Pond, state-of-the-art senior housing and healthcare services.
Happy New Year, and welcome to a special edition of HCAM News. Tom Nappy here as we bring you the first edition of HCAM News in 2016. On this edition, we will relive a year of celebration in Hopkinton, as 2015 was the 300th anniversary of Hopkinton officially incorporating as a town. All year long, the 300th Anniversary Committee and the Friends of the Anniversary Celebration Committee hosted events to celebrate Hopkinton's past, present, and future. HCAM was on the scene for just about all the celebration events, and on this edition, we take you through a fun-filled 2015 in Hopkinton as we celebrated the town's 300th birthday.
We're here celebrating tonight the 300th birthday of the place that we call home, Hopkinton, Massachusetts. Incorporated as a town on December 13, 1715, our forefathers soon realized the need for town government, and they had their first town meeting in March of 1724. Over the years, Hopkinton has been the birthplace or hometown to many historical figures. John Eliot was a Puritan missionary who lived in town before it was a town. Shays, Chamberlain, Claflin, Walker, Ryan, and Brown, these aren't just names on street signs, but they're a part of our history. Our past includes governors and congressmen, entrepreneurs and industrialists, athletes, and war heroes. Some may be surprised to find out that Edward Hopkins, the man for which our town was named, was never actually living here. In fact, the land that later became Hopkinton was purchased using money he left for Harvard upon his death. In honor of his gift, the trustees later named the town after him, and our beloved parcel became known as Hopkinton.
Town employees and volunteers for Hopkinton's 300th Anniversary Celebration Committee got their first look at the program book this week during an informal gathering at Town Hall. The volunteers and residents took a minute to relax and share a few laughs as they read about the programs planned for the year. Approximately 5,600 program books went to the post office for delivery to all town residents. Members of the 300th Anniversary Celebration Committee are enthusiastic about the book and the year they have planned.
This is a roadmap of the events for the celebration year, and we've really gone to a lot of effort to make events for everyone, for families, for people interested in history. There are sporting events, parades, there's everything in here. And we want you to treasure this book, to look at it frequently, and find the event that's right for you. Come and join us, help us celebrate Hopkinton's tercentennial.
When you think of the Boston Marathon and what a tradition that has become here in our Commonwealth, despite the tragic day that occurred, we are united, we are strong, Boston strong, Hopkinton strong, Commonwealth strong, and forever strong and resilient.
The Boston Post Cane Award is a tradition dating back to 1909, and it was started as a publicity campaign by the Boston Post newspaper. At one time considered the nation's leading standard-sized newspaper in circulation, the Boston Post eventually went out of business in 1957. However, in many of the 700 towns which received the canes, the tradition has survived. We are honored tonight to present the Boston Post cane to Mr. Sterling Hager, who has recently celebrated his 103rd birthday.
We worked with the 300th anniversary to coincide with their opening weekend this weekend. As you know, there's a town-wide celebration going on as a kickoff weekend. So we decided to celebrate the library's 120th birthday on this weekend. So it's pretty historical. 120 years we've been in this building, and then in about next couple of years, we're hoping to be in a new building. So this year is absolutely a very, very significant year and a birthday celebration for us.
This is a photography show where we invited everybody who wanted to participate to do so. So it's professional photographers, some people who have never entered an art show, some people who found some amazing photographs in their attic, and just all sorts of memorabilia and beautiful things to celebrate Hopkinson's anniversary.
Once I retired, I realized there was a lot of towns that have a very rich history, like Hopkinton. Nothing's written about it. So I figured it takes me about a year and a half to do a town. And I spent about a year and a half in a town, doing the town. I mean, there's no cost to the town, and I do it. It's I'm retired, it keeps my wheels turning, it keeps me busy, and I enjoy doing it. And I think it's something that's very important. I think it's something that it's not only important, is it a resource for people now, but in the future, it's good to have this recorded.
This spring, the Hopkinton 300th anniversary celebration continued as a number of various Hopkinton history lectures were hosted by the 300th Committee, and the first baby born in Hopkinton during the anniversary year was welcomed by the town. Here are more highlights from Hopkinton's 300th birthday year. Can you tell us what got you into this research?
Well, I've always been interested in women and work, and for my doctoral dissertation a very long time ago, my research was on the Lowell Female Labor Reform Association, which were women in Lowell in the 1840s who were working for a 10-hour workday. This was long before suffrage, long before women had any political power at all. And these women actually petitioned and marched and spoke before the legislature trying to get a 10-hour workday enacted.
For the town's 300th annual celebration, the board will award a bond to the first-born baby of 2015 in town. Here is the chair of our 300th anniversary committee to have the conversation.
Thank you. Yes, so we had hoped to do this at the opening ceremony, but we were waiting to be very sure that we have the first official baby born in our new century in Hopkinton. So I want to introduce you to Lila Hendrick and her parents. Come on over. And she's been so good. She's a little hungry now, but she's so sweet. So
she was born on the 8th, so we were actually a little surprised that she was the first, being 8 days in, but here she is, 3 months old already.
For the longest time, I'd wanted to write a novel about Abraham Lincoln, and my editor had wanted me to write a novel about the Emancipation Proclamation, and I'd also wanted to do one about the Civil War that followed the life of some individual through the war, and I put all those things together, and this is the book that emerged finally.
exhibition of the history of the village of Woodville, which is the western part of Hopkinton, and history of Lake Whitehall, covering everything from the 1600s on right up to just about the present. We have exhibits, we have posters that we've put together, we have a lot of old photographs, we have artifacts, we have a fellow who's been digging a little bit in people's backyard dumps from the 1800s, finding all kinds of bottles and things like that. We have a lot of people who have allowed me to scan old postcards and photographs from their family history of growing up in Woodville. We have people here who've lived in Woodville all their life, and we're just covering everything. We're covering mostly the 1800s because that was the big industrial time.
Well, I presented from my memories in the pictures I have of the history of Hopkinton back a couple hundred years, and I tried to mix in a lot of anecdotes that I remember from people that were old when I was much younger. And it's good to express these so they don't get lost.
Just pull down. That's it.
This is from 1938. This is about, I believe this is maybe the dedication program from the ceremony dedicating the church. I don't know if you have these in your records, Pastor George. And then this looks like, oh, to you who open this box in future years.
Coming up next on HCAM News, we will continue taking you through Hopkinton's 300th anniversary celebration during 2015, and Courtney will tell you what to expect on the HCAM channels with our HCAM Insider. A whole lot more ahead. Stay tuned. HCAM News is supported by our viewers and by WPC Pest Control, a family-owned business for over 35 years. Owners Jim and Rebecca Mazzucchelli provide honesty, respect, and integrity, performing safe and effective pest control services. They service your home like it's their home.
And by Hopkinton Drug, located in this historic New England town since 1954. They are a multifaceted store dedicated to providing clients with an array of healthcare options.
My name is Louise Coleman. I'm with Greyhound Friends on Saddle Hill Road in Hopkinton. We have an adoption kennel here, and we have greyhounds, but we also have started having hounds and hound crosses and beagles. We're always here 7 days a week, 9 to 5. Our website is greyhound.org, and our phone number is 508-435-5969. So we're open to the public all the time. Just give us a ring.
All summer long, many preparations took place for the big 300th anniversary celebration weekend in September. One of the projects that was part of the process was the restoration of the Claflin Fountain at the town common. Here is a look at the restoration of the Claflin Fountain and the other wonderful events that closed out the final few months of a great year of celebration.
It was critical that that was watertight. And you can see, you probably saw yesterday, we've got 7 holes in the bottom of that basin, all that have plumbing that have to line up to it, that go to this state-of-the-art plumbing house that we've had constructed.
And 1, 2, 3. There we go. All right. Yay, it's open.
Former Hopkinton Board of Selectmen Chair Eric Sonnet reintroduced the misplaced plaque honoring Ernie Fecto, the main fundraiser behind the original gazebo.
In 1995, the Board of Selectmen presented Ernie with what amounted to a Lifetime Achievement Award. And it was a plaque that essentially said, thank you, thank you, thank you. We want to always remember it.
I mean, this has been 4 hours of great fun. backed up by 5 years of hard work to get here. And what's amazing about this, and I think most people don't know, is that there's been 2 groups now working on this almost for 5 years. We started a 300th committee run by Jean Birchman about 4 years ago now, actually, and she's been working on this since before that. And then there's also a group called the Friends of the 300. That's a private net group that came together almost 5 years ago, and they are the ones who put together the parade for tomorrow. So this weekend is the culmination of thousands of hours of work by hundreds of hours of volunteers just to get here. And now we've still got hundreds of people walking around in orange shirts who are helping everything run efficiently, who are taking pictures in the photo booth downstairs, who are helping the bands get set up, just walking around and sort of helping people with things. So this is just a phenomenal community-wide event that has really been the product of literally hundreds, if not thousands of people to get to this point. And couldn't be prouder. What a great way to celebrate our 300th birthday.
Here is a look at the tremendous firework finale that topped off a night that will not soon be forgotten in Hopkinton.
Merry Christmas, everybody!
And all of their chairpersons are listed there on the side, 1920 American Thomas Hall. Mary Woodward and Amelia Earhart. State-of-the-art performance center. This ESL building being followed by Vanderbilt Road in almost 40 years. Everything's left, so let's well lived on.
Role in the event was organizing with a lot of help from my friends, just participating in one event, but I've been doing this for 50 years, lumberjack competitions, some years more than others, and then eventually I got into announcing and head judging and organizing things like this, and it's a love. It gets very deep into you, simple as that. You never let it go.
First Top of the Hill ceremony was held. The program was created to honor outstanding alumni from Hopkinton High School. The event was hosted by Hopkinton High School, the Hopkinton Parent-Teacher Association, the Hopkinton Education Foundation, and the Hopkinton 300th Anniversary Committee. Honored in the first class of inductees was Paul Phipps, class of 1939, Mary Harrington, class of 1954, Thomas McIntyre, class of 1972, Denise Millard, class of 1992, Megan Altador, class of 1995, and Sean Terry, class of 2005.
frightful, but fire is so delightful. Since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Everybody, join me in singing to our town. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Hopkinton. Happy birthday to
After months of rebuilding and repair to restore the Claflin fountain pieces, the installation of the fountain took place and took sculptor Jeff Boccaccio and his team several humid summer days to complete. Here's a look at some of the grueling process. To see more from the Claflin Fountain installation or any of the fun 300th anniversary events, check out our website, hcam.tv. A whole lot of programming is coming up on the HCAM channels. Here is Courtney with our HCAM Insider to tell you what to expect.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the first HCAM Insider of 2016. On Saturday, January 2nd at 1:30 p.m., it's Hopkinton at Mansfield for the first swim meet of the season. At 4 p.m., the ice hockey game versus Norton will air. On Monday, January 4th at 7 p.m., Cynthia Franza reads poetry inspired by moving to Hopkinton on a new Wake Up and Smell the Poetry.
Against the winter and snowstorms, a special neighbor came to my home. Gift bag, beautiful card, delicious pumpkin bread, and a winter candle.
On Tuesday, January 5th at 6:30 p.m., the Board of Selectmen meeting will air live on HCAM TV. And live on HCAM Ed, it's girls basketball versus Holliston. On Wednesday, January 6th at 8 p.m., St. Paul's pastor, Gordon Schultz, discusses his faith in everyday life on All About Hopkinton.
My faith, or the Christian faith, helps me understand that philosophical questions are just one kind of question. They're not the whole ball of wax.
On Thursday, January 7th at 7 p.m., the school committee meeting will air live on HCAM TV. On Friday, January 8th at 6:30 p.m., it's boys basketball versus Medfield, live on HCAM TV. Of course, there is so much more that we do here at HCAM. If you want to know about all of the programs we're working on and when they will air, visit hcam.tv/newsupdates to subscribe to our HCAM Insider newsletter. You can also sign up for our daily news updates to learn about the latest Hopkinton events. As always, thanks for watching HCAM. Now back to you, Tom.
Thank you very much, Courtney. That will just about do it for this edition of HCAM News. Don't forget to stay up to date with everything Hopkinton by checking out our website, hcam.tv, as well as our Twitter and Facebook pages. If you have a Hopkinton-related video, photo, or story idea, I want to hear from you. Email me at news@hcam.tv. With your help, we'll cover even more of our community. For everyone here at HCAM, I'm Tom Nappy. We leave you now with the current community listings and upcoming government meetings. Take care, and I hope your 2016 is a great one.